Hey guys, it's Robin and this is Princess Leia Bear, and we're here today to talk about all the awesome, exciting news that came out of Star Wars Celebration with May the 4th coming up. There's just so much Star Wars stuff going on right now. I'm like gonna overload if I don't talk about this. So I hope that you guys will hit that subscribe button if you guys are Star Wars fans, because here on Miss Robin Star Life we're going to be talking a lot about Star Wars this year with the Last Jedi coming up. So yeah, Princess Leia Bear, she is an awesome, totally awesome friend. Let me hang out over here with her too while we talk about Star Wars. So I did not go to Celebration, but I got to watch a lot of the stuff on YouTube. They live streamed a lot of the panels. There were tons of blog articles and all kinds of things you could read about it. So I've been doing a lot of research and homework and just reading up on everything I could possibly find, because I'm a little bit obsessed with Star Wars. You may have heard. I even have notes. I'm just going to talk about some of my favorite things that I saw watching and reading about Star Wars. So one of the biggest things this year is the Star Wars 40th anniversary. There's a really cool logo. I need this on a t-shirt because this year is my 40th year and I celebrated with a big Star Wars party, and I needed that t-shirt when it was my birthday. And they're going for like $500 on eBay right now. I need like a knockoff or something, but I need that in my life. It's amazing. And it was really cool because they brought back so many people for the panel this year, including like people from the original cast: Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, Peter Mayhew, Billy D. Williams, Anthony Daniels, Warwick Davis was there. He did a lot of hosting. And then they also had Hayden Christensen, Ian McDermott, Dave Filoni, and poor George Lucas, the maker. It was really cool. And they all just shared lots of awesome stories about the creation of Star Wars. You can watch this panel. I'm not going to recap it all. But what was really cool is that they all really still love Star Wars and are really passionate about it and are excited about it. And that is really cool. And they were just really funny, a lot of them. And you could tell that they've been friends for a long time. And that was really fun to be a part of, just as a viewer, I think, seeing them all together again is very cool. And of course, the one person who couldn't be there was Carrie Fisher, who sadly passed away last year. And there was a beautiful tribute. You guys should totally check it out. I'm gonna put a link to it down below. Her daughter came out and talked about her mom and recited the Obi-Wan speech, and her spirit was definitely a big part of Celebration because she's Carrie Fisher. She's amazing. She is Princess Leia. Princess Leia is her, to quote her. And yeah, I mean, Mark Hamill did a really great panel too that was a tribute to her, and he told really funny stories. So you should check all that stuff out. It's really awesome. And John Williams, another thing you should totally watch. John Williams did a beautiful tribute with the Orlando Orchestra, I believe. They did the Princess Leia theme, and it was just, I was crying. I was totally in tears. It was amazing. Another thing I'm a huge fan of is Star Wars Rebels, and they announced that it's gonna be the last year. I'm wearing my Rebel shirt from the Funko box. It's going to be the last year for Star Wars Rebels. They're going to wrap up the story, kind of progress it to the point where they're getting closer to Rogue One. And they did reveal a few things, like that Hera would become a general by the time the season's over. Here's Penny. She wanted to come talk about Star Wars. There was a little hint in the trailer too of some Kanan Hera moment. I mean, everybody totally ships them anyway. And it's funny because Dave Filoni says that he doesn't really need to show it because people just know that those two people are in love, and it's adorable. There's also some pretty cool scenes of Ezra flying around with like almost like a Mandalorian jetpack kind of thing going on. That was very cool. And it looked like Sabine and Ezra were in really cool action mode. They also announced that Ahsoka would be back, Saw Gerrera is going to be back, Mon Mothma is going to be back, and there's probably going to be a few more surprises. I think this guy is probably going to be back. Thrawn. Yeah, I got the Funko Pop. Toys R Us has the exclusive Thrawn. You can get them online. I also found some exclusives, by the way, at Hot Topic. They have the Han Solo and Chopper. The other ones I have not had much luck finding yet, but they're out there, people, if you want the Funko Pop exclusive. So, in addition to Thrawn being there, they're bringing in another Timothy Zahn, heir to the Empire character, who is Rook. I don't know how you say it. It's really hard to pronounce. He is a Nogri, and the Nogris are like this really creepy, almost like Gollum-ish kind of characters, but they're really fierce and savage. And they work for Thrawn, and they kind of work for Vader too in the book. So I'm going to be interested to see how this is going to play out. So the voice of Rook is going to be Warwick Davis, which I think is really cool because he's been in the prequels. He was Wicket in Return of the Jedi. I don't know if he's been in the cartoons yet, but that's pretty cool that he's going to be in that as well. Right, Ben? I think he was in, I think he was also in The Force Awakens. I think he was in the cantina scene somewhere. I'm pretty sure I heard that. So that is a lot of exciting stuff going on for Rebels, even though it's going to be in its last year. I think that's pretty awesome. Ahsoka's going to be back, so to me, that is huge news. Speaking of Ahsoka, Ashley Eckstein was at a panel. There was like a Women of Star Wars panel with, I cannot think of her name, the voice of Sabine. I'm going to put her name here because she's awesome. And Daisy Ridley also showed up, and they were talking about the role of women in Star Wars, but also about the new Forces of Destiny, which looks really cool. It's going to be a series of animated shorts. I think they're going to be on the web, maybe on Disney Channel, I'm not sure. But they look really cool. They're very stylized, traditional animation, which I really love. And they're going to be dolls, action figure type dolls, which to me is amazing because it's recognizing in a major way that girls love Star Wars, which is something I have fought for, I feel like, my whole life since I was a little girl, and I was told Star Wars was not for girls. If you listen to people like J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson, who's directing The Last Jedi, and a lot of the other creators like Dave Filoni and people in the Star Wars universe, they talk about how they played with action figures and how much that influenced them to create Star Wars characters later on in life. And you know, girls, I mean, I got to play somewhat with action figures, and some girls probably did. And I'm sure girls now have been playing with action figures more than maybe when I did when I was a kid back in the 1980s. But girls tend to play with dolls, and they can relate and make stories with dolls. So to me, I just think that's really exciting to see what girls and women are going to create in the Star Wars universe, because I think it's just opening doors for more creativity. And I mean, I know from playing with my niece, like we play all these crazy games with like Disney princesses and Shopkins and Play-Doh and just everything all mashed up together, and we tell all these crazy stories. But I think it'll be a little bit cooler once we can introduce some characters like Rey and Leia and Ahsoka and Sabine. And they're also going to have some of the male characters. I saw Chewbacca, the droids, and also I hear Kylo Ren is going to be a character too. So that's pretty cool. But I think that's really awesome. It's a huge step forward, especially after the whole controversy about not having enough Rey toys. I think they've totally made up for that lately. I see Rey everywhere in the stores and Jynner, so there's lots of Leia. It's very cool. And even like Maz Kanata, there's a lot of female toys out there right now on the shelves. And I'm sure there's going to be even more when the next Force Friday rolls around. I'm hopeful for that. They also revealed some new news about the Star Wars parks at Disney World and Disneyland. There might be another one somewhere. So these parks, they sound like they're going to be really cool. It's like an immersive experience. Like you're either going to be a rebel or an imperial, and it's its own universe, not a universe, but it's like a different world that they're introducing where you can interact and take part of it. And I think that's going to be amazing. I can't wait to go there. I kind of want to just go live there. Can that happen? I'm not sure when it's going to open up. I'll put it in here. I think it might be next year though. It might be. It would be amazing if it was. Super excited about that. And the concept art looks really beautiful. I hear there's even going to be some kind of like hotel or something where you can stay, and that sounds amazing. And finally, The Last Jedi. So excited about The Last Jedi. I watched that panel too. Look, it was amazing. The poster looks so cool. You have half of Luke, and then the other half is Kylo Ren, and then there's the lightsaber with Rey, who just looks like so amazing, like she's coming into her power. And they're also introducing a new character called Rose, played by Kelly Marie Tran, and I think she's gonna look awesome. I hear she's like just a regular kind of person. I think she's a custodial worker somewhere who kind of gets sucked into the whole rebellion, and I think she encounters Finn. So I think Finn is gonna be alright, even though in the trailer he's like in a little pod, like a bactopod. So in the trailer you see some stuff that I'm not too sure about. You see Rey training, you see a scene of Leia, a scene of Kylo Ren. You see like the Jedi symbol, like looking all kinds of dusty, and some books, which maybe that's like the Lost Jedi Temple, or maybe that's on the world that Luke has been hanging out on. Not sure. You also see some really crazy looking ships and BB-8 and Poe running from an explosion. So there's going to be new worlds, new ships, new characters. And this is just the first trailer, you guys. I'm sure it's going to be super awesome. But what it all comes down to is, what does The Last Jedi mean? Luke narrates in the trailer, and he talks about balance of light and dark or something. Or is that Rey who talks about it? My feeling is, you know, it's not that Luke might, I don't think Luke is necessarily going to die and that Rey will be the last one, but I'm thinking maybe that the Jedi Order is finally legit going to die. And just like the Knights of Ren have replaced the Siths, maybe there's going to be a new order of Jedi or Force wielders who bring balance to the Force truly, because that was what Luke was supposed to do, bring balance to the Force, light and dark. And there have been a lot of theories about whether Luke has turned to the dark side, or I don't know. I mean, it's really interesting. I'd love to hear your theories. Make sure you leave them down below and let's talk about it. Let's nerd out about Star Wars. I need to think about this a lot more. I mean, I still have a couple months before this all comes out. Everyone at Celebration was raving about Rian Johnson. Kathleen Kennedy called him one of the most talented filmmakers she's ever worked with. And she's, you know, hung around with this guy called Spielberg a lot. You may have heard of him. So that's pretty high compliments. And they all talked about how he was really great with Carrie Fisher and Leia's part, and that he really developed the female characters, which I think is awesome. I feel like I've been fighting against the dark side that was like, no, this is for boys. No, girls can't like Star Wars. Blah. It's not true, people. I hope we're over that by now. Because that's just lame. And everyone loves Star Wars. And that's what it comes down to. It's for everybody. Even my dog loves Star Wars. Maybe. Maybe not. She didn't like it when I dressed her up like R2-D2. I'll put in a picture here. So let me know what you guys think of all this Star Wars news. I'm so excited. Like I said, this is going to be an awesome year for Star Wars fans. I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and that little alert so you'll know when we put up new videos, and I'm going to put in some links here for other videos as well. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, may the Force be with you. Bye!